Who's the most valuable character? Let's find out. Alright, so before I start, I just wanted to say that this video was not easy to make since there are so many great characters this version, but don't worry, I've used all of them, so I will try to help you make the right choice. Alright, let's start with phase 1, Jiyan. So Jiyan was the first limited 5-star character to release, and even to this day, he's still one of the best 5-star characters in the game. His best team is pretty cheap, so we have Jiyan, Mortifi, with any gun that you have, but the standard 5-star gun is the best for him, since it also boosts Jiyan's attack by 10%. And then lastly, we have the free Varina or Shorekeeper. Any of them is fine, just give them variation and you'll be good. Oh yeah, and also for the future, Aero Rover will probably be a good choice too, once we get more copies of his resonance chain and also his weapon, thanks to the healing and all of the buffs that he provides. The most expensive thing in Jiyan's team will probably be his weapon, and of course his signature weapon will be his best option. But if you can have only one 5-star broad blade in the game, then I would recommend Jinhsi's weapon. But remember, for Wuthering Waves, you will need 2 teams. And Jiyan also got buffed recently, thanks to the Nightmare Monkey here. He can easily clear the tower, but Wuthering Waves is where he truly shines. His only weakness is that most of his damage is in his ultimate, so yeah, not as good for our world, and you might have some issues with some of the holograms. So yeah, overall a pretty good character, free to play friendly, and all that he needs is his weapon or Jinhsi's weapon, and bam, easy. So next character that we're going to be talking about is Yinlin. I'll be honest here, she isn't really on top of the list for me. I have her on 2 accounts and she doesn't really get used much. I mean, I mainly got her for my Xiangli Yao, cause she can amplify electro damage and liberation damage. As for Xiangli Yao, I enjoy quick swap more, and to be honest, dual DPS is where he will shine more. And since there are no other good electro DPSs in the game right now, for her to buff, she doesn't really get used much on my account. And her damage isn't that good either. Her only other teammate would be Chihuahua, but yeah, he's not that easy to play, so a lot of people don't even bother. As for Jinhsi, well, she has better options now, with Zhezhi and Cantarella, and for the free to play we have Yanwu. So at the end of the day, I can't really recommend Yinlin, but what I can recommend is her signature weapon. It's the only must-pull weapon in the game, in my opinion. I mean, you can give it to any rectifier sub DPS and GG, you won the game. It's a really great investment, and probably the best thing that you can pull this version. Next you have Zhezhi. I would recommend going for her if you have Carlotta or Jinhsi. So yeah, already 2 teams where she's really good. She's really easy to play too and has low field time. You can even lower the field time if you do jump cancels with her. Her off-field damage is great. She even gives you some extra energy, so smoother rotations. She amplifies Glaciu and skill damage. As for her signature, it's not really a must pull in my opinion. I would just give her Yinlin signature and call it a day. Alright, my boy Xiangli Yao. Again, he's great for dual DPS teams thanks to his swap windows and time stop, so you won't get hit as much while using him. His hyper carry team with Yinlin is not that impressive, so yeah, that means he has a lot more team options. Since his raw damage alone is not that high either, so yeah, if you like his playstyle and you have another DPS that you can use with him, then go for him. But keep in mind that you'll need his weapon for his max potential. To be honest, Xiangli Yao is just Charo, but better. So yeah, you can also like share their echoes. If you have one build, then you have the other one built too. And he also got buffed recently with the Nightmare Echoes, so you don't have to waste time getting the 6th hit anymore. Next you have Phoebe, and if you have Zani, then she's really worth getting. But even without Zani, she can still do really well with Spectre Rover. Like, they can clear any content in the game that doesn't have Spectreize, and if you can get her signature weapon, then she's even better. But again, she can work with a String Master and the standard rectifier too. Next we have Zani, and well, she's kinda hard. I mean, she's locked to one team archetype, which is Spectre Frazzle, so your only options are Phoebe and Spectre Rover for now. I mean, she can clear content with Spectre Rover, so you don't really need Phoebe. But if you have Phoebe, then she'll do a lot better. In fact, I would even recommend you to go for Phoebe first before you go for her signature weapon. And yeah, that's phase 1. So the only must pull here is Yinlin's signature weapon. Alright, phase 2. So first we have Jinhsi, and to be honest, she's too good. A lot of team options, and she does the most damage on my account. Like, I have hit 600k with her before, S0 or 1, but I also have to talk about the bad stuff in this video. So well, if you're free to play and you already have a Spectre 5-star DPS, then she will kind of lose value on your account. I mean, you could have been using those pulls to get a DPS that has another element, which would benefit your account a lot more with the endgame modes. And when it comes to weapons, if you want her max potential, then yeah, you need her signature weapon. And to be honest, if I only had to pick one broadblade in the game, then of course I would pick her signature weapon, but she doesn't need her signature as much as Jiyan needs his signature. Next we have Brant, and okay, I'll keep it a buck here. If you pull his weapon, then you'll love him, since without without it, it will be a lot harder to get his 250% ER, and at that point you'll probably get more use out of him if you give him the Molten Rift set with the Emerald of Genesis. So yeah, he will no longer be a support but a DPS instead. But if you did get his signature weapon, then you can give him his signature set, the Tide Breaking Courage, and at that point he'll do everything. He'll heal, shield, and also do a ton of damage. Like bro got real hands. And keep in mind guys, there's no 50-50 on the weapon banner, so it's guaranteed. As for Changli, I would recommend going for her if you have Brant or Xiangli Yao. She's my third favorite character in the game, gameplay wise, but yeah, for her max potential, you need quick swap. I love her playstyle so much that I pulled her on 2 accounts, and I do use her on both accounts. Her signature is the best sword in the game, and I just got it recently, so you don't really need it. I mean, she can work really well with a standard 5-star sword, but yeah, if you have her signature, then it's great. A lot of sword DPS characters want it, and again, it's the best sword in the game, in my opinion. Alright, let's move on to Carlotta, and to be honest, I really don't like how much she gets used on my account. Like, ever since I got her, she has never left my team, which is kind of bad. So yeah, I might be biased here, but she's the best DPS in the game, in my opinion. I mean, she's so strong that she can work well in dual DPS teams. Heck, I even use her with Jiyan to clear the tower, and that team somehow works. Like, name one other DPS that can work that well with another DPS that has like no synergy with her. But if you can get Zhezhi, then you will start seeing some really high numbers with her. And remember, Zhezhi also gives her some energy. So yeah, that team is scary. And if you don't have Zhezhi, then Tao-Chi works too. Like, look at this guys, I just gave her like the Discord. This is all that you need for her to work. Without this, she's kind of weird. And my random moonlit set, but no investment and all, like everything is won, and she can still clear stuff. Like, Carlotta is the most kill issue friendly character in the game, so you don't really need her signature weapon. You can clear stuff with a standard 5-star gun, but to be honest, I would still try to get her signature weapon. It's currently the best gun in the game. I don't know how good Ciaccona's weapon will be. Yeah, okay, never mind. Her signature is a lot better than Ciaccona's weapon. Roccia's a bit weird right now since Wuthering Waves is a lot easier, so you don't really need her as much anymore, but she's still great with Camellya. I mainly went for her since I didn't have a S6 Sunhua at the time, even though I've been playing since the release of the game. But now that I have it, I still prefer Roccia since I already have her built and ready. But I could see Kuro Games releasing more AoE characters in the future, like Jiyan and Camellya, and Roccia isn't really that easy to build if you don't have a 5-star weapon for her. I mean, she needs 70% crit rate and also enough energy to fill her ultimate, and her field time is a bit longer than Sunhua, which will eventually S6, and Sunhua is like the easiest character in the game to build. If you don't have any 5 stars, then just give her any 4-star that you have, some random Moonlit Cloud pieces, and yeah, you're done, that's it. So the main reason why Roccia's pull value went up for a bit was because of her AoE grouping in Wuthering Waves, and since Wuthering Waves is not that hard anymore, or right now, she isn't that high on my list. But yeah, this could change, like at some points they could like make it a lot harder. As for Ciaccona, well, I wasn't sure, but after looking at her weapon, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being like the Zani and Phoebe thing, where Ciaccona will give Cartethyia her max potential. I mean, just look at that weapon, but then again, she applies both Aero Erosion and Spectre Frazzle, so she will probably be more universal compared to Phoebe. I won't say that much for now since I don't want to doom post, but I'll make another video like this towards the end of this version when we know Cartethia's full kit. And when it comes to Cartethyia, she will be broken. I mean, have you seen her animations? And the fact that she's a Sentinel's Resonator means that she will be at least as good as Jinhsi, so I'll definitely pull her. She's like at the top of the list for me. As for Lupa, we don't really know much about her. So yeah, in conclusion, for phase 2, don't pull until the last week, since by then we'll have more info on Lupa and Cartethyia and their full kit. So yeah, I won't pull Ciaccona unless Cartethyia really needs her. I mean, I can imagine Cartethyia working well with Aero Rover. And remember, Rover will just keep on getting better once we get more copies of his sequences and his weapon. So yeah, those were my picks this version. And keep in mind that people can and will have different opinions, and that is completely fine. So yeah, I try to keep this video as short as I can. And if this video helps you, then you can help me by liking and subscribing. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Thanks for watching and good luck on your pulls.